What's going on, world? Brian Wright here, and you're now tuned into the Brian Wright Radio Show, where we offer value in the form of content that'll help you change your mindset, change your life, and become the best version of yourself. No matter what religion, race, creed, sexual orientation, none of that stuff matters because at the end of the day, we are all the human race. My goal is to tap into this source and deliver this message to you where you can listen to it and take it in, and you can apply some of it to your life, and you can go out into the world and serve it and make it a better place than we found it. That is the purpose of this channel. I appreciate you all for being here. First, I want to take the time to shout out Evan Spare 225 for one of the first comments outside of someone that I know. I appreciate you listening to the content, brother. I hope that it's serving you, and I hope that you subscribe to the channel and I can add some value to your life. And, you can tell me a success story about how my content helped you get to the next level. I appreciate the love, bro. But today I was walking for ideas, and I was sitting there thinking about how every time that I went into solitude, where I limited the distractions, I didn't let nothing get in my way. I didn't care who it was at the time. I don't care what was going on. When it was time for me to get to my goals, I was in solitude by myself because it took tremendous focus to get to every goal that I've ever achieved. Every school I ever graduated from, every course that I ever passed, every military training that I ever went to, leadership training, you name it. All that stuff took every last bit of my energy. And I had to get away from the crowd in order to better myself. And I understand in today's world that most people have a problem with being alone. And sometimes I struggle with it too. But the more that I learn about me, the more I want to get away from the crowd and learn about Brian. When you take into account how much you know yourself, I don't know about y'all, but when it came to me, I really didn't know who Brian was. Because up until this point, I've always let people tell Brian who Brian was. Now, am I saying that there's no one that gives no good advice? No, I'm not. And some advice that leadership gave me or friends gave me took me to the next level. But majority of it was people's opinions of me. And those people's opinions were negative. And I had a fragile ego. I was insecure. So what did I do? I brought it onto me, and it stuck like glue. And to this day, I'm still trying to get all of it off. But the more that I am alone with myself, and let me add in my creator, whatever you believe in, but as long as I'm with myself, I learn day after day that I was never any of that. And when I get to know me, I learn that I am amazing. But being around a crowd, especially in today's world, you try to tell people that you are amazing, that you believe that you can accomplish big things, they look at you like you crazy. And it's hard to be around that type of energy and build your goals at the same time, because not only do you have to deal with that they are saying, you have to deal with that voice in your head and what it is saying. So I don't know about you, but when it comes to me, I rather fight one instead of two. And I'd rather not be around that. Now, am I saying don't have no social life? Absolutely not. But get you some alone time in, because it's in the alone time when it's quiet where we can find out who we truly are, or we can find out what we truly can do. Because I'm pretty sure that when you look back on your life and you wanted to accomplish anything, think about how much time and dedication that it took. I'm talking about something that you really wanted to accomplish. I guarantee it took you telling people, no, I can't do it. I'm trying to do this, or no, I can't do it. I'm trying to get ready for that. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And if you look at majority of people that are successful, I guarantee that their idea of whatever made them successful was created when they were alone in the silence, thinking, what can I do in order to serve the world and to add value to the world where people will give their time and their energy in exchange for my product or my service? Did you know that Jesus, if you look at the story of Jesus, he never liked crowds. He went away from the crowds to pray in silence. And why you think that was? Because every time he went out into the world and he tried to tell people about who he was, it was always an opinion. Oh no, you can't be that. You can't be sent by that. Think about how that correlates, right? When you tell people, the crowd, hey, I'm this, I'm that, I'm amazing, I can create this, I can do this. No, you can't. Who do you think you are? Get them out of here. You see how the story correlates? And that is why we need solitude, because it's in the solitude that we can go and build ourselves up. It's in the solitude that we can say the affirmations. Yes, we can do it. It's in the solitude where we can come up with the ideas. Why? Because we have no distractions. You can't think of two things at once. You cannot serve two masters. So get away from all those people and find out who you are, because who you are is going to get you out of whatever you're in at this current moment, becoming a better version of who you are. And you are never going to find out who you are unless it's in solitude. And you know why that is? Because no one else can make you successful but you. People can encourage you, but your success has to come out of you. And that's what I feel like the problem with most people is. They're afraid to be alone because they don't like themselves. The more that I get to know Brian, especially in this booth and other things that I end up doing and challenges that I end up taking on, when the pressure's on the line, I always come out on top. It's going to be your job to work. It's going to be your job to come up with the ideas. It's going to be your job to strategize, to have faith. Nobody else can do that for you. You are the only person that can do it. Believe in yourself. Trust your intuition and trust whatever source that you believe in, that if you really tap deep into yourself, it is going to bring you the answers to correct your behavior, correct your mindset, to prepare you for whatever goal that you have. That's the way that it works. I want you to think about your goal. And I also want you to think about what would happen if you was to go away for a little while and work on that goal. And I mean, every day you found time to give it energy. You found time to learn from the mistakes. You find time to learn what strategies don't work and what do work, and stay consistent. And where would you be? I want you to be honest with yourself. And this is someone speaking from experience. Since I decided to tell myself who I am and to stay away from the crowd, because I understand that they're not going to understand and they're probably going to make fun and say no one's ever done that. But here I am in solitude, believing in myself. And ever since I've been doing it, the numbers are going up, the subscribers are going up, the value is going up, the content is getting out there. People's lives are getting ready to change. And I'm grateful for that, because that's what I do it for. And I'll close with this. Solitude isn't isolation. It's preparation. In the quiet, you meet your true self, sharpen your vision, and build the inner strength success demands. Before the world applauds you, solitude equips you to stand tall, focused, and unshakable. I appreciate y'all listening to me. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and to share this content with someone that you feel like it would help. I appreciate y'all. This is the Brian Wright Radio Show. Gone.